Fellow Democrats, I come to you speaking with a very heavy heart and to offer some retrospect about why I decided to run for California Democratic Party chair. And it wasn't just to, fill some political itch that I wanted to be in leadership already, because I would have been so content if I never run for office or never get involved in the legislative process as an elected official. But I decided to run because we can no longer deny that our nation is not in crisis, and we're watching our democracy being stripped away from us. Protection after protection seems to be getting destroyed, being taken away. We have our institutions incapable of protecting and holding this administration accountable. And we now have an administration that is stealing our children, taking them to detention centers. We have students being rounded up for dissenting against this administration. And now, more than ever, eventually, that administration will come for us. Because what is happening right now is nothing short than the rise of authoritarianism. And our party is so disunited in this moment that we have some members of Congress voting with this Republican administration, taking away benefits, taking away things like trying to destroy student loan repayment, and forcing students whose only crime is to go to college to get an education to further the benefit of this nation and to help this nation grow. We have members of Congress stripping away protections and saying and doing things for political expediency, throwing immigrants under the bus, throwing trans people under the bus. And for the sake of what? To save their seats. Morality seems to be going out the window, and the very destruction of truth seems to be occurring with every action that our Democratic members who are in our party take against our most vulnerable communities. Every time somebody attacks an immigrant or says that trans people should go and play the gender sport that they were born with, it is the destruction of our morality and our belief that we are better than the opposition. So I decided to run because not only are we incapable of meeting this moment, but also because we face very serious issues that we need to address ourselves. Because authoritarianism has always thrived on the belief that there is someone and there is a group that is causing you harm and that is responsible for your suffering. But they don't want you looking at the very people at the top who are causing the working class that pain. And the monster that screams the loudest is the one who is screwing you over the most. So I always ask every single working class person, every single politician, don't listen to the person that is screaming the loudest that immigrants, trans people, and other groups are the reason that you're suffering. Because the true person causing you the most pain is those who run this very corrupt system, this very broken system, who benefit from the destruction of truth, who benefit from turning us against each other. Because if there's one thing that this nation has always proved, is that when the people come together, those who are running the show and who are running this nation fear us united the most. So I ask you to not fall into those lies and to always look for the truth. Always seek to bring the movement bigger and make the movement stronger. And it starts by understanding that every single working class person, whether they're an immigrant, an LGBTQ person, or whoever, is part of this movement to liberate all of us and to help us all thrive and succeed. So don't let them distract you. Fight back, and fight back against the people who run this system and who don't want us to succeed, who want us to fight each other so we don't look at them. Our party is struggling to remove itself from the control of special interests. We have elected officials taking special interest money, and you can't hide that. You report that. Our voters are not dumb. All they just have to go is do a basic Google search and they will see who their politician is actually serving. And it's not the people. We see elected officials so often taking money from organizations like Uber, McDonald's, Amazon, that is destroying schools here in the state of California to build more warehouses. And then we ask ourselves, why don't the working class and the people believe in us? Because they see and they research and they see that we're part of a very broken system that is hurting them, that is making it difficult for them to survive and exist. They cannot even meet the basic standard of living or get their basic needs met, like paying the rent, putting food on the table, or going to see a doctor. So Democrats, if we are going to save ourselves as a party politically, then we have to look inward to ourselves and realize that we are so very flawed. We have a lot of work to do, and we need to find our will to fight against this administration. And it doesn't start by choosing political expediency. It starts when we decide to fight back, to protect our most vulnerable, and to keep everyone in this nation together. Because while we may be seeing the destruction of truth, we don't have to destroy our morality, our humanity, and our right of what is right and what is wrong. We have to hold on to those tightly, and that means making hard decisions and sticking with people who need our help so desperately. Not choosing what is politically expedient, but what is morally right, what is right to begin with. So Democrats, we have work to do to build a movement in this party, to build a party for the working class with a pro-worker agenda. And I am going to do that work starting today, because while we may have not gotten the result we wanted in this past election, I was further solidified in our belief that we must build a people's party with a focus on the working class, not the special interests, not the politicians, and not with the entrenched forces that think that we are not doing anything wrong, when in reality they are leading us off into a cliff. Something has to change. And while they may be mad at me for doing something like this, let me tell you, the only thing I'm more scared of is the people we are leaving behind. I fear the American people more than I fear the personalities in this party. And we should always fear the people, because they are the ones that need us most, not the politicians, not the special interests, and not the party personalities. We came here to do something for the people. We came here to improve their lives, and that is what I intend to do. Improve the lives for the people who need us. And that starts by us willing to take bold stances. To those who want to dream big and make sure this party thrives and succeeds, join this movement, because we are getting started and it is our time now. It is the time for the people to be in charge again, because the Democratic Party at its best has been and performed at its best when we put the people and the working class first. So thank you, and let's get to work.